So this is going to be video 2 of lesson 4, so the last one of the week, okay? What I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, you still need to have your document out titled Excerpts from Flight by Robert Burleigh. I'm going to read you the excerpt. It's about 1.5 pages long. And I am going to read that to you, and what I want you to do after I'm done reading, I want you to go over, like I did in my example from the previous video and the document above, is I want you guys to go through and I want you to change the color or to bold things or to underline or whatever the case may be to show what do you think is the most important details. Now, kind of keep it small in your number of details. You don't want to have the whole thing be important details because it's really hard to remember all of the things. Just like when you have a conversation or when you read a book, you don't remember word for word everything, but there are certain things that you need to do, that you do need to remember, and it's up to you to tell me and to tell anybody who wants to read this story what are the most important things that you need to come away with after you've read this story. So I'll go ahead and read this to you guys, and it'll be in there for you, and you can always reread it yourself, and then you'll go through, change the color on the words, underline it, change it to bold, whatever the case may be, so Mr. Holt and myself know what you think are the most important details that support the whole idea, the main idea of the story, that Charles Lindbergh became famous because he crossed the Atlantic Ocean from New York to Paris, and he was the first person to do that. So this is on the second page, and it's titled Excerpt from Flight 2 by Robert Burleigh. Above all, Lindbergh sees many, many small lights. But now he must concentrate on just one thing. The sod coming up to meet me. Closer, closer, closer. The plane touches the ground. It bounces, rolls, and hugs the solid earth. It is 10:22 Paris time. The flight has taken 33.5 hours. Thousands of people are running towards the plane. For a moment, Lindbergh is dazed. It seems to him as if he were drowning in a great sea. People surround the plane cheering, but Lindbergh can hardly hear them. His ears have been deafened by the sound of the roaring engine. Crowds pull him out of the cockpit. Men and women are calling his name over and over. They carry him on their shoulders. Others begin to tear pieces of the plane. More than anything else, Lindbergh wants to save the spirit of St. Louis. His first words are a question. Where are the mechanics? Are there any mechanics here? But no one speaks English. Finally, 2 French aviators arrive to help him. Police guard the plane. The aviators take Lindbergh away from the still cheering crowd. In the airfield hangar, he tells the story of his flight to the other pilots. The crammed cockpit, the loneliness, the long, long night. Meanwhile, unknown to Lindbergh, newspaper headlines all over the world are beginning to blazon the news. American hero, safe in Paris. So here's what I want you guys to do now. I want you in that excerpt, the second one, to go through and highlight, underline, bold, or change the color on probably 2 to 4 things that you think are really important to take away from, that go to the main idea that Charles Lindbergh accomplished something that no one else had accomplished before. All right? Once you get done with that, go ahead and hit submit and turn it in. If you have any questions, email myself, leave comments, or email Mr. Holt. As always, stay classy, Golden Eagles.